What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy, Kyle Milligan, coming to you live from Delray Beach, Florida. And today I want to talk about when to stop seeking support. So, I was just in Baltimore, Maryland, working on some ideas, talking to people. And while I was there, I got a chance to talk to a lot of people, a lot of juniors and folks who are kind of getting just started, and they want to talk about what I was doing back when I was at their stage in the career. Back when I was just a couple months in, I started producing some highly profitable promos, I guess you'd say, and they were kind of looking for, hey man, how did you do it? That's kind of like the question everybody asks, right? How do you do it? Like, what's the secret? And I think what I started to notice was a pattern in people who were in the junior level that is and it was weird because it was coming from entrepreneurs, actually. Entrepreneurs who were older than me with more experience in business than me, who had transitioned to copywriting, who were asking me questions that I started to see a pattern. I was like, you need to stop asking questions is the problem. The problem is you're doing what Steven Pressfield calls seeking support. Steven Pressfield wrote this book, The War of Art, and then he's got a he breaks this book into a bunch of little small chapters, and this is one that's about the resistance and support. And like, this book is really cool. It's just like one page for each way the resistance ruins your life and slows you down from doing your work and fulfilling your purpose. And I really like this idea of resistance and support because he labels it basically like the most insidious form of resistance. It's this idea of my copy chief won't support my idea, my marketer won't get behind my space ads or my marketing idea or my marketing plan, the publisher doesn't believe in my idea, etc., etc., etc. And maybe they're right? But the only way to know is to test it. And I think there was at a point I was talking to this one guy, the reason was people wouldn't get on board or help him with his ideas. The reason everything was going wrong or he was failing or it wasn't working out was because every time he went to somebody and tried to pitch his idea or tried to get some feedback, he wasn't getting the support that he wanted or needed. They were basically just, he felt, scoffing him off. Like, okay, be gone with you. And on one hand, I was like, yes, I get it. That sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. That sounds bad. But after talking to him for a while myself, I started to see the pattern. And it came to a point where I was kind of like, okay, now just go do it. And I started to become like one of those guys that he was complaining about. And that's when I put like 2 and 2 together and was like, bro, you gotta stop seeking support. The world of copywriting is not a permission seeker's game. It's a doer's game. Basically, just write it. Just do the thing. And one of the worst things that I'm starting to see when I got to come back and meet all these juniors, and I only say this now because I'm gonna blame myself too, is this idea of I have to have this meeting with this guy or this idea, I can't write it. And it's like, no, dude, you should probably just write it. Like, if you feel passionate about it, if you feel convinced that it's the thing to do, you need to start writing it. You need to start getting it on the page. And a lot of times, the stuff you put on the page is going to be junk. But nobody can edit a blank page. Nobody can critique your invisible copy. Nobody can critique the missing pages that you've never written up, right? So you need to stop seeking support pretty much almost immediately. It's like this idea that support is just, it's a form of resistance. And whenever you can kind of make that connection, then you start to see it yourself. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace out. Copy Squad.